Hello, ladies and gents, divine feminines and divine masculines. Hello, everyone. Welcome or welcome back to Masterful Divine Feminine 333. So, for those of you that have been wanting me to shuffle, awaken, like this card, this is the third affirmation reading I'm doing, and also the third time awaken is coming through. So, yes, I will definitely be creating that spiritual awakening channeling for those of you that are resonating with going through a spiritual awakening right now. Be easy, it will be okay. For sure, for sure. The strength card, yeah, you are stronger than you think. So, yeah, I'll definitely pull on that. So, for those of you that have been enjoying these weekly affirmations, or whenever I am able to post them, I'm happy you have been. We've gotten awakened and breathe and joy. So, for those of you that have been enjoying me just picking the card, I'm going to change it up a little bit for those that have possibly been wanting me to shuffle and let the magic pop out, like that one right there. I have already cleared and saged the energy, and there she goes. So we got resourcefulness, attitude, and reborn. Okay. So resourcefulness, everything you need is already within you. Don't doubt it, my love. You are more capable, more equipped, more looked after than you can ever imagine, especially if you're going through a spiritual awakening. What would you do today, right now, in this very moment, if you could only succeed? There is no such thing as failure, dear one. You can only grow, you can only redirect. So forget about failure and ask yourself instead, how can you experience even more the resourceful being that you are? Yeah. Um, the inner knowing that you have everything you need, that everything you need is already within you, is such a powerful affirmation. And for those of you that are on this journey and you're beginning to see that, you're even realizing how you are adjusting some of your consumerism, like you're possibly buying a lot less. You're realizing that everything you've ever had, or so much that you already own, materialistic too, is everything that you needed. Like every experience you've had is now like kind of coming together cohesively and like cultivating this new space for you, a space of creation, a space for healing, a space for maturing, a space for definitely creating a space for new relationships, a space for a new you. I'm going to say a space for the new attitude, which is the second card, attitude. What if you were to imagine a world in which everything happened for you instead of one in which everything happens to you? What would you see differently? What would you do differently? The simple act of allowing yourself to shift your perspective has the power to shift your entire life. So, changing the perspective on the experiences that you've had and seeing, like, oh, wow, having this attitude of, oh, well, not, and like, I'm getting a lot of material possessions, but it's a lot deeper than that. But I'll give the example of material possessions, like, not for real, but like, let's say, for example, in a material possession, in a material possession example, I've had this artificial rose for like 10 years. Someone gifted me an artificial rose. I'm like, why would you do that? I don't want an artificial rose. And now it's like, oh, now that I've started creating YouTube videos, I have this artificial rose to be part of my setup. Now, granted, I'm still working on my setup, but I like what I have. So changing your perspective on the experiences that you've had in life, the things around you, seeing that you have everything that you need. You don't like have to go to the grocery store every week. You just went last week and you didn't even finish what you had, and you didn't even use what you had the week before that or the month before that, right? Consuming less, taking in less because you're feeling so full with what you already have. You know, some of you may want to start some creative projects, and you may have stopped yourself because you feel like you didn't have all the equipment. But as you got started, you're like, wow, I not only do I have probably more than I need, I have everything I need for this moment, for where I am right now, for what you need to achieve, for where you are right now. You have everything that you need. And that's been shifting your attitude. That's been allowing you to have a new perspective. So for those of you that haven't been doing that, your affirmation is to definitely step into this place of having a new perspective. um, so being aware of your attitude towards life, towards yourself, towards others, and embracing how resourceful you are, right? So first two affirmations, resourcefulness and attitude. And your third affirmation is, we have reborn. Out of the ashes you shall rise, and the tears you once shed will pave the way for all the light and free. And from the depth you will arrive at your ultimate truth, your ultimate joy. So reborn. For any of you that's been going through a spiritual awakening, this is such a great card, because spiritual awakening basically is being reborn, and you can have multiple spiritual awakenings. It all depends on the lessons that ought to be learned, and there's usually tests, you know, and depending on how well you elevate and how well you overcome these challenges can possibly dictate how many spiritual awakenings you go through or how you experience them. So for those of you right now that maybe in the depths of your awakening, and you you are not seeing the light of day, this card reborn is to remind you that, you know, out of the ashes you shall rise, and the tears that you are crying ever so heavily you once shed will pave the way for all that is light and free. You are freeing yourself from like the shackles and the burdens and the fears and the doubts and the judgments, especially if you identify with the LGBTQ community and your environment is not one that is at all supportive of that. You are creating this space for it to work for you, you know, like, and that can be difficult, but you are embracing yourself. You are going through the challenges of truly identifying with who you are at a soul level, aka a spiritual awakening. um, you will arrive at your ultimate truth, your ultimate joy. For those of you that don't necessarily like resonate with the LGBTQ community plus, and you're still going through a spiritual awakening, it is because of the lessons, same concept, right? But the lessons that you are learning, you are relearning, you are healing, you are setting yourself free. And this is a reminder that you are being reborn. And for those of you that kind of have already got over the hump of your spiritual awakening, then again, still a reminder that you have been reborn. So, wow, powerful affirmations for today. Again, feel free to take what you feel most called to. It could be all three. We have resourcefulness, attitude, and reborn. Feel free to share an affirmation with a friend. And remember that these affirmations are here to guide you through the ebbs and flows of life. Thank you so much for watching.